Hello everyone and welcome back to Flying Ants Academy. So in this video, I will be going in details and explaining you everything about your very first Hello World program. So I hope that every one of you have watched the previous video and every one of you actually have run your very first program, which is the Hello World program. If you are unable to do this, if you are unable to write, compile and execute the program, I will request you to go back to the video, watch it carefully, run it and then come back over here. Once you have Hello World printed on the screen, that is when this video becomes useful to you. This video will contain everything in details. This will be the most comprehensive and detailed video or explanation that you will ever get on a C program. I will be telling you everything from the first statement to the last statement and going in details and dissecting the entire Hello World program. Okay, so first let us go through the code that we have written. So we start with something called as hash include stdio.h. Now this is a header file and this include is a preprocessor directive. So what this statement is doing, it is including an already defined file which is called as a header file into our program. Hash include stdio.h. So the syntax is like this. You always have to have hash over here, right? And then triangular brackets open, triangular brackets close. Now what is a header file? So a header file contains some predefined set of functions and declaration, okay, which can be used in multiple programs or in whatever programs that we write. Cool. So stdio stands for standard input and output. A header file always has to end with .h, okay, and it is included before we start writing our own program. So in short, a header file contains some predefined functions, some predefined commands, some predefined declarations that we use in our C programs. So these are provided by the compiler itself. These are common throughout various compilers. Some compilers might have some different or some extra header files as well. But these header files are provided by the compilers and these have predefined functions which can be used to write our programs. So these are some predefined code that is there. So in case of stdio.h, as I said, it stands for standard input and output. So the printf command that we have down here, this printf command is actually what we're getting from stdio.h. If we don't include this header file, this command won't be accessible to us. Okay. Apart from this, there are various other commands as well, which are there. But in short, this for this case or in this program, this printf command is from stdio.h. Now, what is this hash include? So hash include is called as preprocessor directive. This is used to include header files. This tells the compiler to include the content of the header file in the current file. Actually, this preprocessor directive itself means that before we even start compiling the program, the content of stdio.h will be expanded, whatever the code written over there, and it will be added to our current program as well. The next line is int main. So main is a function name. Now, what is a function? A function contains statements that perform computing operations. This is a definition of a function. Main is a special function. Now, every C program should have the word main. Every C program starts executing the main function. So, without this main function, we cannot write a C program. Okay. So, every C program will look for this main function and whatever the code is inside the main function, it will start executing that code. So, it is very important to have this function there. Now, syntax for writing this function is main is always concluded by these round brackets open, round bracket closed, and whatever is there, whatever the statements that has to be there inside the function are to be taken into curly braces. So we open the curly braces, that this marks the start of the function. Then we write the statements or whatever thing we want, the statements that we want to compute, and when we want to end the function, we end it using closing curly braces. Okay, so just make sure that function name has to be main with a small m. Okay, no capital M. So this has to be there, and any statement that you want to write, the execution will begin from here. Now this printf. Printf is a command, stands for print formatted. Okay, it is used to show output to the screen. This is a predefined library function and it is contained in stdio.h file. Like I said, this printf is used to print anything on the screen. This is a predefined library function. So hence it is predefined, that means it is residing in stdio.h file. Okay, and it is a command to print on the screen. Simple. Now hello world. Now you can see that hello world is actually inside two quotes. So printf will print anything inside the double quotes. We have to give double quotes. This is again the syntax that we got to use. So hello world is the text passed to printf. This will be exactly what will be printed on the screen. it has to be enclosed within double quotes. So printf is the command to print, and the text, the exact text that you want to print, has to be included in double quotes. This is the syntax. Now again, there is termination of statement, this semicolon. The last thing is used to terminate an instruction or statement. Very important. It tells the compiler that the current statement is ended and anything after this will be a new statement. So after every statement we write, we will end it using a semicolon. So semicolon is very important. If you miss this semicolon, the compiler will not know when to end and when not to end, and this might cause a problem. Okay, so now since this is over, I mean this explanation is over, I have a small homework for all of you. Consider it as your first assignment. So I will also be giving it in the link below. You can go and check out the link in the description. It will contain all the assignments, and it will have a place where you can submit your assignments, and you can also discuss it with other students or other people who are taking these video lectures or going through this video course. So click on that link and you will get your very first assignment. So I'm just telling you what an assignment is. The assignment is to print your own name on the screen. Okay, write a C program that will print your name on the screen. So I think it's fairly easy. You should be able to do it from these instructions that you have got, the explanation that you have got. So cool. So in the next video lecture, we will be beginning with a few other things that are important to C programming language. What are constants, what are variables, some keywords, like a little bit about the syntax and the rules that goes in learning C programming language. So hopefully it will be there, and by then you would have been completed the assignment. So see you in the next lecture.